Running the option creates some of the easiest matchup advantages an offense can have in college football 25. And with this video, I'm going to be going over with you how to run them and read defenders consistently doing so, why you should run them, and some of the best ones in the game for you to run. I'm Chris from Sports Gamers Online, and alright, let's get it. Option plays are such a great play because it's very basic. Look at it like you will have however many blockers from the formation you selected and a runner. And the read defender will be wrong and out of the play looking at the QB without the ball or chasing the running back without the ball. So as long as the number of defenders they have in the box and the amount of blockers you have to block them is equal or better for you, you're good. And lucky for us, there are all types of option plays in the game that take that basic idea and go crazy with it. First off, we got the read option, and the read option is great because it causes a defender to always be wrong, whether he stays or crashes on the running back by reading him. Making all 11 defenders must account for all 11 offensive players now. So technically, the offense has a blocker for every defensive player. But the key to making this work is making sure you're making the correct read on the read defender, whether he stays or crashes. So first off, when running a read option play, I want you to hold RT or R2 on your controller to see who you will be reading on the play. And that player will have an R above his head. This is going to tell you the guy you're going to want to read to make the decision to hand the ball to your running back or keep with the quarterback. Now in college football 25, they switched the controls. So to give it to the back, you don't have to touch any buttons as that is done automatically now. And to keep with the quarterback, you're going to want to hit the X or A button on your controller to simulate you snatching the ball out of the ball carrier's hand. Now to know whether you keep or give, you're going to want to look at the outside shoulder of the guy with the R above his head. If his shoulder starts to turn inward, he's coming after the running back. And you should hit the X or A button on your controller to keep it with the QB. If he stays square to the line of scrimmage, don't do anything and give it to the running back as that defender is playing the quarterback. Go into it prepared to hand it off to the back and the read guy stays put. And adjust only if they show that they won't let you do that. Now this is not necessary, but you can also hold LT or L2 on your controller and then move the right stick to the left to see the blocking on the play. And notice it won't be accounting for the guy with the R above his head because that is who you will be reading. So the blockers will not target him, whether you give it to the running back or keep it with the quarterback. Now since you're essentially deleting a player from the defense by reading him, read option plays are great in close formations with multiple receivers on one side. Reason being, if your opponent decides to not follow along and have a corner hanging on the opposite side, that is already one less defender that can tackle you. And with the read option, you're removing another defender from the play, where you can create an even better running situation. Now on the other side of the coin, if they leave the closed side empty, it makes it even more dangerous running the option and can break long QB runs for you. Another formation example is against a regular 3 wide receiver set. Why it's so good is if your slot is covered and it's one deep safety pre-snap, if you run a read option here, it will be 6 on 6 while you read the 7th defender in the box, which you can count out because no matter what he does, he will not be involved in a direct play. So if everybody gets their block, you will get yards and it will force the safety to come down and play the run, or force the guys in the box to really get off of their blocks. So this look keeps the defense as balanced as possible. But like I said, unless they bring the deep safety up, if the offense can block all 6 guys, it's going to be good for the offense. And if safety's up, deep shots are possible. So even if they decide to play the quarterback on the read option, forcing you to give it to the back, you're going to have good numbers to run on. Now we got RPOs, and there are a few different versions of them. RPO alerts gives you an automatic run play with a backside slant, bubble screen, or some type of route happening at the same time to keep the backside defenders honest, to stretch the defense in any way possible. And if there is an opening, you can quickly hit that for a big gain. RPO alert plays that have pulling guards, and it can also help you in getting the user linebacker to bite on thinking it's a run where you can hit the pass right behind them. And with these plays, don't even worry about where the running back is going until the last second. You should be focused on, with the bubble screen, for example, the nearest defender to him that can deflect or pick the pass off. If that defender slides inside or back, you throw the bubble. If he follows the receiver, focus on the running back and the automatic handoff now. Now RPO peaks will have you aim to attack the second level defender and hopefully to use the defender to try and make him always wrong in his decision. If he commits to the run, you throw a pass right behind his head. If he plays the pass, he's too late to defend the run. This can make a user defender's job a tough assignment in the game. Now, if you bring up the RT or R2 button, you will see the P above that defender's head, signaling he's the defender you want to stare at to decide whether to hand the ball off, which is automatic, or pass it to the receiver going into his zone because he crashed down too far to defend the run. One of my other favorite formations to run the read option out of for years has been out of gun trips. Now the actual play has evolved into now being the RPO read bubble, with my tight end as the Z receiver to get better blocking there and flip it. This just takes complete ownership of the space the bubble creates backside. So they're forced to have 3 over there and 1 on the tight end by himself. So that leaves 7 guys, and I can read one of them, so that leaves 6, with one of them being a deep safety. So unless that safety comes down, which you can then just try and beat them 1-on-1, you can get a smooth 5 defenders on 5 blockers. Now RPO reads are the hardest of them all, as they add the ability to run with the quarterback in them with the built-in read option. So you can give it to the back, throw it to a receiver, or run with the quarterback. They obviously give you the most bang for your buck, but again are the hardest to master. No matter the type of RPO you select, they are really powerful to run on third down, as it magnifies their effectiveness with the many options in such a quick time frame. Another note is if you run an RPO that has a bubble screen attached to it, you're better off having the bubble be set up the opposite of the quarterback's throwing hand. That way they can throw it quicker if the receiver is open. RPOs just put players in a hard spot post-snap on what to react to, and little do they know, no matter what they choose, they will be wrong. Being able to counter whatever the defender does in that situation make RPOs so hard to stop. Your order of operations have to be, can you pass into any of these routes targeting the defenders? Now, based on the defender you're reading, can you run it with the running back? Or if he's crashing, you can keep it with the quarterback by hitting A or X to keep the ball. If you're throwing the ball, you have to throw it early or you will be called for illegal man downfield. Next, we got speed options. Now, bringing up RT or R2 on your controller, you will see a P above a defender's head, and he will be the guy you will be reading to determine if you should pitch it to your running back with L1 or LB or keep it with the quarterback. Now these plays are a lot easier to get the reads right and when to run with the quarterback because all you're doing is pressing L1 or LB on your controller to pitch the ball. And they're pretty forgiving on how long you have to pitch it. Now you can determine the speed at which you pitch it. Pressing it harder will make the QB toss it faster, and tapping it soft will have him loft it. If you want to pump fake the pitch, double tap L1 or LB on your controller to get the defender to bite. Now when you notice your opponent click onto the pitch defender, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna run to the pitch guy immediately. So don't pitch it in a hurry. So be patient here and be ready to just take it with the quarterback. Now with speed options, power options, I love these plays and they're so tough to stop because if you stuff the middle of the line of scrimmage, this gets the players to the edge quickly to poke holes in your defenders on the edge and play a 2-on-1 game with that defender, making it nearly impossible to execute well and leave big plays waiting to happen. Because of how fast they develop, you want to have a heavy dose of speed options on the goal line because it's pretty difficult to stop the pitch. And like I said, they're pretty forgiving on how long you have to pitch it. And if, like I said, the user even hesitates looking at the running back, the quarterback can sneak right through. So alright sports gamers, I hope this video was able to help you out. And if you like the content we provide, make sure to subscribe to Sports Gamers Online for more College Football 25 content. And once you're with us, hit that bell icon at the bottom so you don't miss anything we put out. Alright people, I'm Chris. Thank you all for watching and be good y'all.